So, what does it mean to have transparency in relationships? Or how do we make our relationships transparent? And why is that so important? Well, first of all, you have to ask yourself, are you ready to be completely honest with yourself? That is, honest with what you want, what you truly desire, what you want out of life, and so on. And once you have that figured out and you're being completely honest with yourself, then you can begin to be completely honest with others, including romantic relationships or friendships, partnerships, what have you. So I believe that transparency in relationships is incredibly important and the key to, or at least one of the keys to, having lasting, loving, and ultimately fulfilling relationships. When you can be completely honest and open with your partner in a romantic relationship, for example, then you both know where each other stands and you're loving yourself first and foremost, and you're also loving the partner fully by, first of all, loving yourself and being honest with yourself and being honest with your partner. So the energy is just flowing openly and freely. There's nothing blocking it or stymieing energy. It can just flow in a beautiful, harmonious way. And obviously you're respecting your partner or friend and honoring them much more by being completely transparent with them. So I also feel like, besides it being the right way to go about relationships, it's also more enjoyable and more fun in any kind of a relationship, including romantic relationships, because you don't have to hold anything back. You can just be yourself. You can be completely yourself, and your partner or friend can be completely themselves, and you're free to express creatively the way that you want to at any given time. So you're not just entering into activities and routines and whatnot because it's something that somebody else wants or has imposed on you, or it's like a whatever it's like something that is an expectation. Let's say that once you're in a partnership, oh well, you got to give away a certain amount of yourself and your freedom and give up your uniqueness, originality to this partnership. But in a completely free and transparent relationship, you're not doing that anymore. You're free to be yourself, wholly and completely. So that's one of the great reasons and benefits for having a transparent relationship. And I also mentioned the word open. Well, that could mean different things to different people, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean what you may think it means, because you always have, in any kind of relationship, you're going to have boundaries, personal boundaries, and boundaries with the two or more people involved, which comes with, agreements. So everything is going to be up front and agreed to, kind of like a contract, but I don't particularly like that word in this case, so I'll just leave it at agreements, and being upfront, is front and center. Being upfront is front and center. Being honest and being loving and respectful and honorable with your partner is extremely important to having a lasting and fulfilling relationship. And people can actually do this quite easily. Now, some might think, well, gee, if I'm going to do that, then I might end up, breaking up my marriage or friendship or whatever, or I may not find a partner that wants this. But if you look at it from the standpoint, do you really want to be in a relationship where your unique self, what makes you you, what is most beautiful about you, if that has to be suppressed somehow, and basically if there has to be lies and deceitfulness and hiding, and and then what often happens is people at some point get really worn out and sick of being suppressed, so then what do? They mess around and they have affairs or whatever. And so why don't we just all avoid that altogether and just right from the foundational beginning of a relationship say, this is who I am, this is what I want. If you agree to it and willingly, and freely, then we can make something beautiful together. If not, then I bless you and, love you and send you on your way, on your journey, and, maybe you could still be friends or whatever, but you're not going to be in a certain kind of relationship. But really, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship or a friendship or a family member or whatever. There should always be transparency, because that is the most loving and beautiful and free way to be. So I hope that helps you, all of you, with maybe figuring out what you want most in a relationship and how to go about creating a transparent relationship for yourself. And then whatever it is, you agree to with your partner in an open and transparent way, then that's your business, and that could be all kinds of things. But that just depends on the couple or the pair that we're talking about. So all the best, and remember that in order to truly love someone else, you have to truly, genuinely, and freely love yourself. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again.